Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on January 27th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the markets today. First up, we got our April live cattle. Pretty quiet day. Price just hanging around the prior day's range, picking up a little buyers under the prior day's low. Brief little undercut of that early today before rallying up and continuing to find support. This market just building up a nice little D-shaped profile here so far this week, so we expect to see this 238.15 to about 236.75 to continue to trade here. Look for buyer support down here under 237. We still have this uptrend intact. We should see the buyers continue to hold this market. Just need to get some bids rolling here above these prior day highs up here right around 238.5. That should get this market moving to the upside here. We still got this uptrend and good buyer support down below. We're seeing good supportive action each time we do undercut these prior day lows. We did see a little bit of that here today, kind of like we saw last week where we undercut that prior low, and we're able to grab some liquidity and get bought back up. So that's exactly kind of the action we saw here today, just on a smaller scale. But good buyer support across the lines, and we should see this cattle market continue to rally. Look for the bulls to try and push up here above 238.5 as we head into tomorrow's session. If they're able to do that, should be pretty smooth sailing up into the 240s. Bulls are in good shape as long as they can defend that 231.25 line. Next up, we got our March feeders. Today we did just see a nice little inside day. Price just hanging out right around that bull pivot. Seeing good support down there near 360 at the low of the day. Price just continuing to tighten up and consolidate here. At the moment, we're looking like we're building up some good pressure here from the bulls, and we should see some of the support continue to kick in here throughout the rest of the week. Any dips down into the high 350s or 360s should be supported, and we should see the bulls continue to put some pressure up here on that 362, 363 area, kind of these prior day highs. Once we're able to get above Monday's high, should be seeing this market climb up there towards 370. Good, nice looking uptrend here for this feeder market as well, and we should see just this general cattle market as a whole continue to climb here. Just see a nice little low volatility action here so far, but we should see that upside continue to climb here as we head into the end of the month. March corn futures starting to slip once again here already. Prices did break down below that prior day's low, closing today just above 426. At the moment, looking like the sellers are starting to push this market lower already after a brief test of that 20-day average. Got real close to it here, and weren't really able to get any movement higher this week. Already seeing the sellers start to step back in and push this market lower. We should expect to see lower prices here in this corn market going forward. Today, we did see a nice rally here in this crude oil market. Prices getting a close above that 200-day moving average for the first time since back here in July. Prices continuing with this short covering rally here, finding good support over the last week or so, around 59, and continuing to push up here through the top end of this range. At the moment, with that close above 62.36, this opens the door to a new uptrend. So look for these bulls to try and keep this market rolling as long as we can stay above the 62.36, and we don't see the sellers start to get aggressive like we did see back here during this breakdown at the beginning of October and late October as well. We'll have to wait and see what kind of resistance we run into up here as we go into the next couple of days, but this close at new monthly highs is a good bullish sign here for this crude oil market, and we should see a little bit of upside here as this market should start climbing up here towards 66. Next up, equity indexes seeing good upside here today. The Dow struggled while we did see some of the laggards like the Nasdaq sector really get a nice rally today. Price getting a close above 26,000 here for the first time in several months. At the moment, looking like this market is going to keep on pushing. Now that we got a little bit of support here from the Nasdaq, we should see this general market really start to kick into gear. The S&P is only about 12 points off of those all-time highs at the moment. We could see that trade even as early as tonight. Look for the futures to keep on pushing here in the evening session. With today's action finishing the way it did, should see a pretty nice rally here throughout the rest of the week, setting up for a nice little trend week here. Look for the upside to continue here across the equity indexes. The Dow was the weakest of the bunch today, but still hanging out right around that 20-day moving average. We should see a lot of these Dow stocks that have had really good relative strength recently continue to find support here around that 20 and turn higher as well. Each of our indexes are setting up for a nice little rally here, so look for the upside to continue here in the stock market. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.